Right. Alright guys and girls, welcome back to another video of mine on my YouTube channel. So, I've just watched It 1 and 2 last night in Bigscreen VR, which I got off iTunes yesterday as well. I think they cost me about $7.99, and I think the other one was around about the same price, maybe a little bit more, 13 or something pounds. So I got those off iTunes yesterday. And found a really good thing. Like, if you've got your VR headset on, if you're into virtual reality, guys and girls, and you've got your headset on, you can actually stream them in Bigscreen VR. So I had my friend come in last night. This girl comes in from night to night and all that. It's about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, whenever I'm streaming in the room in Bigscreen. And oh my god, we had a fun time watching some horror movies and all that. I might do another like sort of a night, horror night, or maybe a comedy night or something in the next few days. But yeah, watch both It 1 and 2. Number 2 is actually Chapter 2. Chapter 1, if you haven't, guys and girls, watched the movie, it's actually by Stephen King. Used to make a lot of the horror books and stuff like the Langoliers, and then what was the other one? Silver Bullet. And what else he's made? He's made a hell of a lot of films. The Salmon's Lot. Now I'm a big fan of the Stephen King books. Not the books itself, but the movies based from the actual bestsellers of the books. But it's Chapter 1, basically, in the summer of 1989, that's when it started, is based in. It's based in 1989. A group of bullied kids band together to destroy a shape-shifting monster which disguises itself as a clown. So, basically, Pennywise is his name. As a clown, and preys on the children of Derry, their small Maine town. So the small town's based in Derry or something. It's like, that's the main sort of town. But what he does, he actually preys on the fear of children, which is actually like sort of most monsters nowadays when they're going after children and stuff. They prey on them and stuff. But this one dresses himself up as a clown, kind of a bit like that serial killer did one day. I think his name is John Wayne Gacy. Used to dress up as a clown and go to children's parties and stuff. Kind of weird. I don't like clowns myself, but not really too much into clowns. But it's Pennywise. Hello, Georgie. This is your friend Pennywise. Nice boat you've got there. And it speaks sort of like, does like friendly. He tries to basically lure the children in. It is a good film. Has some plots in there where the children are basically want revenge, and they're trying to get their friend back, and they're trying to find their friend or actually, there's one kid, I think his name, if I can find his name, where is his name? His name's Bill, and he's got a brother and all that. His father, I think, wants him to go to sort of church to become sort of like to do with the Jewish. So he wants him to join a Jewish sort of church, and then learn the words and stuff, so he can be part of the group and stuff. And then there's this. Basically, Bill has been looking for his brother for so many years. His brother's disappeared. But basically, his brother, Georgie, got taken by the monster himself, by Pennywise, who's actually played by Bill Skarsgård. I think his name is Skarsgård. Bill Skarsgård. And then Bill Denbury, who's played by Jaden Martell. he's on the lookout to try and find his brother and all that. His dad wants him to go and say, look, his dad's been saying, look, he's gone, right, there's nothing you can do about it. Anyway, so Jeremy Ray Taylor, who plays Ben, wants basically just to live a normal life. He wants a girlfriend and stuff. Or he's been having these dreams about this girl. He's fallen in love with her, and then he sees her and stuff. Beverly Marsh, who basically plays her real name is Sophia Lillis, and she basically is being abused by her, I think, stepfather or something. And then basically the monsters are basically preying on that, or Pennywise is basically preying on her sort of fear of her dad or stepdad, because he's been doing things to her and all this kind of stuff, always been trying to do stuff, and it's all entwined into this one story, and it's a very interesting story. So you've got Eddie, you've got Mike Hanlon, and then you've got Richie Tozler, or Tozia, and then you've got Stanley. They all basically band together to try and take on Pennywise, and Pennywise basically can transform into this monster creature and all this kind of stuff, and then tries to kill the kids basically and try and eat them up. But basically he kind of sort of gets into their minds. If you look into his eyes, kind of a bit like Medusa, he puts you into a trance like sort of thing. So when he puts you into a trance like sort of state of mind, you're basically frozen, you're like sort of trapped, ready for him to actually prey on you. Now, the only way he can prey on the kids is if the kids actually allow him to have the kids to be feared by him. Now, if the children are not scared of Pennywise, then he has no power over the kids at all. He has no power over the kids because there is no sort of scariness to him no more. He's just a person who's a clown with no powers. He's just powerless. But he comes back every so often to try and prey on these kids. Anyway, so basically you got all these other characters. You've got the boy's father who doesn't want him to go after his brother Georgie. You've got the girl's stepfather trying to abuse her and stuff, and she's trying to get away. So she goes with these kids and all that to feel like a real teenager and all this kind of stuff, so she can fit in this group. Then they all decide to get together, all these kids, and to try and take down the monster and all that as Pennywise. And it's absolutely amazing story. I would recommend watching it. But that's in part 1. Chapter 2 is pretty much the same, but it's like 27 years after the original It. So basically, they're all grown up now. Apparently, the one kid's, one of the blokes who've grown up now, apparently his boyfriend gets killed or something. And then gets taken away by Pennywise. Then Pennywise is actually trying to lure this little girl in at one of these sports events and takes her and all that to try and take her soul from her and all this. And basically now they have got to think to themselves now that the monster's back. So what do we do? Now they have to put him basically back to where he was before. Basically say, look, we're not scared of you no more. You're just pathetic, you're evil, you're a bully and all this kind of stuff. And it's really good now. It's like it's more into it. Now, the girl who's grown up, in the actual film, which is not played by Sophia Lillis this time, who plays Beverly. She's all grown up. She's a woman now, but she's got a boyfriend who's a bit controlling this time. So she hasn't learned from the first time when her stepfather was abusing her. Now it looks like the traits coming back to her again in this second one, and she's gone and chosen another bloke this time who's basically bullying her and all that, and psychologically and mentally and all that. And then she decides basically to tell her boyfriend, look, I don't want anything no more. I'm going with my friends. We're going to do a reunion, get together and stuff. And then suddenly the pieces of the puzzle starts connecting within each of the characters. And each of them get sent to different places. And they have like this sort of, I think it's like some sort of statue they have, which they have to get high on, so they can actually find out how they can actually literally kill him, and how they can send him back permanently, Pennywise and all that. And it's really intriguing story. Hang on. So basically, where is it? It's 2. I hope they do make a third movie, actually, guys and girls. A third movie is what we need. Where is it? It's chapter 2. Let's have a look. So basically, chapter 2 continues after the first one, but it's 27 years after. Is a sequel to the 2017 film. It's both based on the 1986 novel by Stephen King. The film is directed by Andrés Muschietti, returning from the first film, with a screenplay by Gary Dauberman. Set in 2016, 27 years after the first film, it stars Jessica Chastain, James McAvoy, Bill Hader, so Bill Hader's in it this time in this one, Aisha Mustafa and J. Ryan James Ransoon, Andy Bean and Bill Skarsgård, who returns as Pennywise the Dancing Clown. It is the second installment of its film series. Talks for an It sequel began in February 2016. By September 2017, the New Line Cinema announced that it would be released in September 2019, with Dauberman writing the script and Muschietti to direct. Principal photography began on June the 19th, 2018 at Pinewood, Toronto Studios, and on locations in and around Port Hope, Oshawa and Toronto, Ontario, and wrapped on October 31st, 2018. The film produced by New Line Cinema, Double Dream, Vertical Entertainment, and Ride Back, and distributed by Warner Brothers Pictures. It Chapter 2 premiered in Los Angeles on August the 26th, 2019, and was theoretically released in the United States on September the 6th, 2019 in 2D, Dolby Cinema and IMAX. The film has grossed over $473 million worldwide. It received mixed reviews from the critics, with praise for its acting and themes, but criticism for its near 3-hour runtime and weaker scares compared to its predecessor. Well, I don't think it was on for 3 hours, but I watched it. It was a good film. So in 2016, Derry, Maine, Don Haggerty witnesses his boyfriend Adrian Mellon being murdered by Pennywise after a gang of homophobic youths beat them up and throw Adrian off a bridge while leaving the annual Derry Carnival. Overwhelming a police scanner and then investigating the scene, Mike Hanlon discovers it has returned and calls his childhood friends Bill Dembray, Ben Handsome, Beverly Harsh, Richie Tozer, and Eddie Kasbrak and Stanley Uris back to Derry to honour the promise they made in 1989 to kill it if it came back, while the others travel to Derry with the only hazy memories and a sense of dread. Stan commits suicide by slashing his wrists in the bathtub. Soon after getting the call, the losers meet for dinner at a Chinese restaurant where Mike refreshes their memories until they are tormented by hallucinations and learn of Stan's death. So basically, there's a lot more to this movie in the second chapter and chapter 2. I would recommend you guys and girls watch chapter 1 and chapter 2. Absolutely amazing. But I'm going to finish off this episode here. At the moment, Bigscreen, if you don't know what Bigscreen is though, VR, it's a virtual reality headset you wear, like sort of Oculus Quest, Oculus Vive, HTC Vives, or whatever, Oculus Rift and Rift S. I have actually got the Oculus Quest, and with the Oculus Quest itself, I can plug that now into the PC and make it into a PC headset, and I can have up to 12 people in one room, so we can watch the film, we can discuss about the movies, and then yeah, it's pretty awesome. So tonight, because I'll be in there again tonight, probably watch another 2 movies, probably watch some classics actually, some classic movies, and I might even do in the next few days, maybe do like sort of a request. If there's any movies you guys and girls want to watch whilst in Bigscreen VR, if you're in there, it's the same name as my YouTube channel, my actual avatar in there, and the room is usually linked at the same one as well. Let us know in the comment section below and all that. And at the moment, we're going to be probably watching tonight The Shining, which is absolutely good film. I've also got The Fog. Also got a classic movie, John Carpenter movie as well, and that is Escape from New York. Absolutely amazing film. Also The Fog, which is a classic movie, but I want to start watching The Shining movie. Where is it, if I can find it in my library of iTunes movies. I've also got Hook with Robin Williams. That is an amazing film as well. Also, I haven't watched Top Gun yet as well. It's supposed to be a classic movie. I haven't watched it, so don't bite my ass off, guys and girls. Also, I've just got Pet Sematary as well on iTunes. Pretty damn cheap as well. Mortal Kombat 1 and 2. I know there's going to be a lot of critics in here already about Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, but they're my classic all-time greatest martial art films. Also, I have Maine's 66, or Le Mans 66, with Matt Damon and Christian Bale. Great movie as well. Absolute great movie. Great actors, great storyline and all that, based on a true story as well. About Le Mans 1966, when they were doing races and stuff, and you had like sort of Ford versus Ferrari and all that kind of stuff. I will do a review about that at some point. But let us know in the comments below, guys and girls, what would you like me to review next on here, like movies wise and all that, and I'll see what I can do. Watch the movies. I mean, at the moment we've also got Mission Impossible 1, 2 and 3 on there. But then is, for me to actually watch them in 4K, I need one of these Apple TVs, Ultra ones, which I've actually just ordered a Ultra one. So those should be next month, which should be awesome. I've ordered, I think it's like the 120 gigs. You can download the movies onto the thing, but apparently if you're watching 4K movies, you have to stream it only. That's the downside to Apple side of things. But anyway, guys and girls, cheers for watching. It is today the 10th of June 2020 already. I'm Anthony Kenneth Bishop already. This is my channel. Cheers for watching. Stay safe all, and see you on the next episode.